Hello everyone, I'm Reena Augustine and welcome to Community Impact. My guest today is Carmichael from Fresh Food Promotions. Hello Carmel.
Hi Reena, thank you for having me.
Thank you for actually accepting to come today and share your amazing story. Carmel, you actually came to Australia in 1971?
That's right,
Wow.
a long time ago.
Long time ago.
I was 7 years old back then. So.
And what made you come to Australia?
I knew life. Mum became a widow and my dad's thought was to come to Australia, so she continued on that journey, which is what he wanted. So we were here.
That's excellent. So Carmel, you landed in Perth?
Yeah, I think all the migrants landed pretty much at Perth, maybe Melbourne, but in particular it was Perth, Fremantle.
And you arrived from Italy?
Yes, from Calabria, which is Reggio Calabria, a little tiny town, Sinopoli, which is the countryside.
So there is an Italian community right in Perth, if I'm not wrong?
Oh, look, we've got lots of family that I don't even know about in Perth, yeah.
Yeah, and Italians have actually given a lot to this country, right? Yes, and what was your contribution to the community and
Oh, look, I think the in the early 70s and even before that, everyone came to Australia for a better life, and with them they brought lots of different skills. I think my skills is just being a good person, being hard worker, that kind of thing.
And you started this Fresh Food Promotions, promoting the cooking.
Yes, yeah. Well, I've had a wonderful life with family, cooking and doing all the classic Italian things, making pasta sauces when I was a little girl, which we all hated when we were little. But as you get older, you start to really cherish your heritage. Yeah.
So how was it growing up? So you only with your mum looking after you and your sister?
Yeah, we were three of us, three girls. We had our own house. Mum worked really hard. The work here in Australia, though, was very different to what she was doing in Italy. They were olive pickers because the south of Italy is predominantly an oil making place. Lots of beautiful olive trees, and the whole family was picking olives. That's what women did. So the work was very hard. So when she came here, working in St Andrew Hospital in South Australia, it was amazing. She thought she used to kiss the wall every day when she used to go to work.
That's amazing. She was thankful to be here.
Absolutely.
So do you think that Australia gave you a lot of opportunities, Carmel?
Yes, absolutely. 100%. We were very, thankful that we were here. It was my dad's dream to come here. Like I mentioned, he passed away before we could come here. But Mum continued, and it was, life in Italy was very hard. It was, little country towns, and it was very rich in other things, but work-wise, it was pretty difficult. So here in Australia, we've got it made.
Wow,
that's we're very grateful.
So Carmen, you run your own business.
I do.
You give opportunities to so many people to work with you.
Yeah.
And also, you educate the people in the shopping centres and where not. Can you tell about it?
Oh, look, like I was saying, that I've had this amazing life where we did lots of beautiful things. Women get together and they cook. And I just wanted to, empower other people to that kind of life that I grew up with. I take it for granted. And, I just wanted to share my journey with other people and teach them how to cook, teach all about family, getting together. And I was fortunate enough to join two things that I do pretty good. One is talk, and one is cook. So I was, started this business promoting fresh food retailers and cooking and chatting at the same time.
And how long you been doing this for?
A long time, long time, over 20 years, but on my own since 2011. So I'm, fully I'm it.
Okay.
I do it all.
And your passion was hairdressing.
I know.
And cooking. Where does that match?
It doesn't match. It doesn't match. But I always loved hairdressing. From a very young age, I was forever doing someone's hair. You know, way back when I was a kid, I used to sit on my dad's shoulders and comb his hair. You know, he'd let me do that. And then, you know, neighbours, whoever allowed me to do their hair. But I found that I had a skill that was talking, much to the detriment of my school teachers. I used to talk too much.
Okay.
And I got into lots of trouble, but that was a skill that I had. But I was genuine. So when I did do, you know, hairdressing, I was actually a receptionist.
Wow.
And I was at the front, representing the company that I was working for. So
talking.
Yeah, talking. Absolutely.
Wow, that's great. So Carmel, talking about the food, the flavors, you do educate people about Italian food, and recently you're going to do some Indian food, which definitely in your journey you might have done many times. But tell me about what exactly do you know about Indian food?
Well, I've had to do a little bit of research. I mean, we all love Indian food. Let's you know, be real about that. And we're going to be. I found out a couple of things about the masala tins and how they get handed over to the girls predominantly.
Wow.
I know, I found that out.
That's tradition.
And I know, and we're doing something up with the Santoshi Spice Market, and we're going to be showing, you know, your average person like myself, what you guys know is that you have these tins with all the key ingredients in there at the ready to do anything.
That's right. Can we put in everything?
You have it all there ready to go. And so
with that variety, we even know what doesn't go in that and what does.
Exactly.
It's like automatic.
Exactly.
Growing up, watching.
And you were taught, just like, you know, there's not much difference between our cultures, whether it's, you know, Chinese, Vietnamese, Japanese, you know, Indian. We all have family is the key, the core.
Correct. Yes.
So we were taught in the Italian household, the girls predominantly again, about cooking and that it's important to feed your family. So that's the core of what I'm doing right now. It's very, very important that, you know, we teach young women, young men. I've got 3 boys, so I've taught them how to cook. They're even better than me.
Wow.
Pretty much a lot better than me. But, you know, it's all about the Indian side of things that we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing just that. It's showing the core things on how to cook and bring family together. So no matter what culture, that's at the bottom line.
That's great. That's great.
The
Was the 70s predominantly male?
Pretty much. And it goes right back to our schooling, so to speak. You know, girls were kind of pigeonholed with our education into 2 areas: typing and I've forgotten the word or the other one.
Cooking?
We're cooking, Shorthand.
Shorthand, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I know how to write shorthand, not very well anymore. But that's the 2 areas. So we were either going to be receptionists or we were going to, you know, work in an office or things like that.
So typing, that's called shorthand, and cooking?
Well, typing and shorthand, you actually, while you were talking, I'd write in...
Oh, geez,
I know.
like a PA, personal assistant.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
Okay.
So they're the 2 areas that we were kind of steered in, because at the end of the day, we were supposed to get married and stay home and have kids, and that's it.
Yes.
But I always had a bit of a career mind. I wanted that. I wanted children. I wanted a family, but I also wanted a bit of a career.
Wow, that's amazing.
And hairdressing was one of them to begin with.
Yes. How long you were in there?
Oh, for about 7 years, I think.
Was it male-dominated there, or?
Oh, not so much. You know, we were starting to get into the 80s. Things were starting to ease a lot. But when I was a young girl, it was pretty much a man's world.
Yeah. Wow.
Pretty much.
How did you overcome those all situations? How are you now and so different? And
I think you learn you know, back then you learn quick, smart at that very early age that you got to work with them, with the men, you know, and you know, just stand your own ground, but be respectful. And I think I always went back to being respectful, no matter which sex it was. So, you know, if they were the boss, whether it was a male or female, I just respected them and it was loyal.
That's a big thing in our culture, isn't it?
Yes,
it's a cultural thing.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, you don't disrespect an elder, ever.
Right. Ever. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
ਹੈਲੋ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਨਮਸਕਾਰ ਇੰਡੋਸ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਹਰਜਿੰਦ ਕੌਰ ਮੰਗਟ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਦਰਸ਼ਕੋ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ YouTube ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਪਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਰੀਅਲ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜ਼ਿੰਗਾ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਸੁਪਰ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜੀਓ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜੁਗਨੀ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ IPTV ਗਲੈਕਸੀ ਸ਼ਾਵਾ ਗੋਲਡ ਅਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਪ ਨੂੰ ਡਾਊਨਲੋਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਆਈਫੋਨ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਤੇ ਐਂਡਰੋਇਡ ਫੋਨ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ free of cost ਤੇ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਰਹੋ 24/7 entertainment ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਸਪਾਂਸਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੇ ਐਡਵਰਟਾਈਜ਼ਮੈਂਟ ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਨੰਬਰ ਨੋਟ ਕਰ ਲਵੋ 35589436 ਸੋ ਦੋਸਤੋ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਰਹੋ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਆਸਟ੍ਰੇਲੀਅਨ ਟੀਵੀ ਇੰਡੋਸ ਟੀਵੀ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ
Welcome back. I'm Reena Augustine and you're watching Community Impact. My guest is Carmel here. Hello, Carmel.
Thank you, Reena.
Carmel, the COVID must have affected your work.
Oh, yes.
Because you're a person who goes out about talking, promoting.
Yes.
What impact it has?
Oh, look, it's had a major impact. And I do this job because I love it. I love it. It's who I am. And it was very challenging to be at home. At first, the first, you know, month, 1 and 2, it was a good break for me but then after that, I was going stir crazy, you know, ripping at things in the garden, cleaning, all of that stuff. But I needed to get back. Because I felt that I was disadvantaged so heavily. And I had my first work back on last Saturday and it was amazing, absolutely amazing.
You missed it?
Oh, I missed it terribly because it's who I am.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it has affected so many people and the mental health?
Yes. It was very important to stay focused and to stay positive through all of this. And it's quite challenging because they're all the things I used to say to everyone, be positive, stay positive. And I had to really center myself and focus on that. And when we did it, you know, we're just going back. We're following the regulations. That's the only thing you can do is follow what you're told to do. Do it.
Do it. That's right.
Do it.
And we have done very well so far.
Yes, so far. We're doing really well.
Fantastic. Carmel, the last question I want to ask you is, what is the message that you would like to give the girls or the youngsters in general?
Yes.
What is it that you would say?
Oh, look, if you're coming from another country, you know, we look different. You sound different, and that was me as a youngster. I tried to be someone I wasn't, and I think it's very, very important to be authentic, to be who you are, because you will sound different. You know, your skin might be different color, your hair might be different, your stature might be different, and it's very, very important to, you know, focus on what is true to you, and that is family. Family is very important, and you'll soon realise that as you get older, that it all comes back down to family. They're the cornerstone of everything. So be authentic. Consider yourself to be a very important person in this world. The way you look and the way you act is very, very important, and you are a big part of this world that we live in here in Australia. We're so multicultural, and you're very, very important. So be authentic. Be authentic.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We will be with you next week with a new guest.